Hi friends, welcome to Event Driven Automation with StackStorm, and this is Narendra, instructor for this course. See, StackStorm is a platform or software for integration and automation across services and tools which are there in your infrastructure. So StackStorm can be used in two ways. One is as an integration tool and another one is as an automation tool. See, we are already having tools like Jenkins and Bamboo for integration, and they are already popular. Then why we need StackStorm? So before that, let me go with this point. See, nowadays, most of the DevOps tools or automation tasks are exposed with REST APIs. And during this case, StackStorm is the best integration automation tool. So simply, we can integrate using webhooks or sensors, and we can automate the task by implementing workflows basically. And this is a simple diagram to understand how we can integrate or automate our tasks using StackStorm. So StackStorm is having different components like webhooks, sensors, workflows, rules, actions. So using all these things, we can achieve either integration or automation on our infrastructure. So basically, sensors and webhooks are useful to integrate your infrastructure with StackStorm, and actions and workflows are useful to execute our automation tasks on our infrastructure. See, basically the main motto of StackStorm is doing things or running actions or workflows based on events. That's why it is also called as an event-driven automation tool. Let me give one of the simple example to understand about event-driven automation tool. See, there is a GitHub. We know that the purpose of GitHub. And GitHub basically generates events based on action. It may be commit or deleting some branch. Now let me take a simple requirement on this GitHub. Whenever there is a code commit, then automatically I need to build and push the image to some registry. And whenever there is a branch deletion on your GitHub, then I need to send an alert. So for this purpose, we can use StackStorm. Now to integrate your GitHub with StackStorm, yes, there is an option called webhooks or sensors in StackStorm, but already GitHub is coming with webhooks. That's why here we can take GitHub webhooks to integrate with StackStorm. And then finally, based on our requirement, we need to push image to ECR or we need to send an alert whenever there is a branch deletion. Now, so based on commit or delete, GitHub will generate events. And of course, that we are passing to StackStorm using webhook concepts here. So in StackStorm, that received webhook will trigger the rule. And this rule will decide whether it has to build and push the image or it has to send a mail alert. It is based on our GitHub event. See, suppose if there is a commit event from GitHub, then StackStorm has to build. If there is a delete event, then StackStorm has to send a mail alert. So that decision will be taken by these rules in your StackStorm. That's why StackStorm is also called as if this then that tool. Anyway, rules will decide which action it has to perform. And that action is basically workflow. See, suppose if there is a GitHub commit event, then rule will decide to trigger workflow to build and push image. Suppose if there is a delete event in your GitHub, then rule will decide to execute workflow to send mail on branch deletion. So anyway, workflow internally will call actions. See, basically actions are nothing but individual tasks in your automation. See, suppose if you go with workflows to build and push image, there are different steps like clone the repo, run the build, and then push image to ECR. So here, each and every step is one action. That's it. So this is one of the best example of StackStorm to use as an event-driven automation tool in DevOps. See, not only in DevOps, we can use anywhere in our infrastructure as an integration or automation tool. See, basically StackStorm is an open source and it is called simply StackStorm. And we are also having enterprise version, and that is called Extreme Workflow Composer or Orchestral. See, if we go with the enterprise version, then definitely we will have some benefits like role-based authentication and auto refresh in web UI. But to practice with StackStorm, open source is sufficient. I mean, to learn about actions, workflows, rules, webhooks, and sensors. Anyway, in our course, we will go with open source. Now let me go with some of the use cases of StackStorm. These all are some of the use cases with StackStorm. See, if you observe the last point, integration with ChartOps. See, let's say you have teams. Teams you can directly integrate with StackStorm, and just by using some charting with StackStorm with the help of teams, you can automate your tasks. That much power is there with StackStorm. Now let me go with concepts will be covered in this course. See, we'll start with StackStorm installation on standalone server. Basically, there are different ways, but to practice with StackStorm, we will go with the standalone server installation of StackStorm. Then we will see introduction to packs. Then we'll go with the different ways to execute actions or workflows. Basically, there are three ways: using web UI, using st2 client, and that too you can directly run your actions or workflows from the StackStorm server itself, or you can configure st2 client on any remote server, and from there you can execute your actions or workflows. And the last option is using REST APIs. So here REST APIs also, there are two ways. It is just with respect to authentication. See, we can use either token, but token is valid only for 24 hours, and you can use API key. This is for lifetime. And then we'll go with the different ways to install third-party packs. See, already we have some n number of packs available with StackStorm. So those packs we can install with your StackStorm for your automation and integration purpose. So how to install? Again, for that there are different ways. We will see that. Then I will provide some simple Python script to set up st2 client on your remote server whenever if you have multiple environments for your StackStorm. Then finally, we'll go with developing custom packs, which is very important. So packs consist of basically actions, workflows, rules, webhooks, and sensors. And one more important point, StackStorm we can also use to work with Windows servers, but in our course, we are not going to touch them. So we are going to work with only Linux servers. Now let me go with the prerequisites. See, you should have basic knowledge on Linux, basic knowledge on YAML and Jinja templates. So here Jinja templates concepts are very easy. So if you are already having knowledge on it, then it's fine. Otherwise, no problem. We will cover. And then good at Bash and Python. See, sometimes we may need to develop custom actions. So while developing custom actions, we may go with Bash or Python based on requirement. That's it. Thank you.